Okay guys, so I've decided to hike on because we are just uncomfortably close to the fire. There's a bit of a debate as to whether to do it or not back at the camp spot we were at, and everybody seemed to be on the fence, and I was just like, well, why is it worth the risk? Like, fires are unpredictable, they'll change super quick, you know, they'll, if like, I don't know, we're probably like 9 miles, something, from the fire, you know, directly, like, you know, as the crow flies, so I don't know why people wouldn't just keep going. I mean, you can't be that fucking tired that you're willing to put your life at risk. It's just silly, it's silly. So, you know, I'm hiking on. There is like I said, a road up ahead that we can get to. I want to at least get as far as that, because at the very least, we should make our rescue as easy as possible if we need to be rescued. Sure enough, I have, you know, a Garmin inReach, so if we become completely trapped on that mountain from a fire, just hit the SOS, tell them there's a fire, and of course a helicopter will come get me. So, you know, it's not like I'm super scared or anything, but even that, you know, the fires are quick. The response time might not be enough if I wake up in the middle of the night because the fire's that close. Also, it's irresponsible of me to do that when at the moment I'm still safe enough to make decisions and make it easier for the emergency services in the event that I do need to be rescued. Simple logic, but there's no reason for me to call a helicopter if I can be standing at a roadside where a car can come get me. It doesn't make sense. So yeah. Wait, is this going to be better with the red light? You can see me better, but I can't really see where I'm going. But yeah, the smoke's got worse since I did that last vlog. You can't really see it on the video because it's got that dark, but I can still see how thick it is, and you can smell it. But yeah, so they call the lizard called some guy Trail Angel, I think it was, in Burney, which is where the fire is, and he said he lives like 2 miles from it, and it's 25% contained or something, and the wind's blowing away from us, so it's not coming towards us. And they all seem to think that that was a good reason to stay. And I being me, you know, blurted out my opinion. And I was like, well, why? It's not worth the risk, you know. I'm not trying to be an asshole or anything, but we don't know that guy, we don't know his background, we don't know if that's just his opinion on the fire. He's not an official, you know, he's not CAL FIRE representative, so, you know, for all we know, he's just given us what he's heard from somebody else who's heard from somebody else, or what he can see, because he lives like 2 miles away. So that's all I was saying, but they seem to think that I was shit talking the guy or whatever. And then so yeah, I was done with the debate. Sorry, don't know what happened there. I'm running out of space on my storage, but yeah. So I sort of decided I was leaving and going on, and I think, you know, like at least Pickle Pacer and Southbound were confident they were going on. Spyglass was kind of on the fence, and Lizard was on the fence. She's waiting to hear from her boyfriend or something who's gonna give her more information. But honestly, we're uncomfortably close to the fire. I don't care which way the wind's blowing or how contained it is. Like, it could just change drastically and be on us in, like, if there's high winds as early as an hour, but that's kind of really pushing it. So maybe 2 or 3 hours it could be on us. And you know, like, we don't always have service. It was lucky we even had service there to find out about it. So, you know, we like slept or whatever, you know, there it could be on us and we wouldn't know until it's right there. And we can't outrun a fire, so it just doesn't seem safe for me to stay there. At the end of the day, my life means more to me than completing 100% of the trail. There's a lot of risks in this area right now. There's obviously the big Reading fire, the car fire, which at Mount Shasta or whatever, which is like 60 miles ahead, it's only 25 miles from the trail. So, I mean, again, same situation. It's further away than this fire is from us, but if the winds change drastically there, that fire could be on the trail, and then the trail behind us and in front of us will be on fire, which would be no good. So, obviously we have this exit point up ahead at 10 miles, just the road. I forget what road it is, but I have it on my map so I can find it and stuff. But yeah, it's not worth the risk. You just got to keep going. I've done plenty of these night hikes, you know, just spontaneous night hikes after full day hikes, and I mean, it sucks the day after, you're super tired, but at the end of the day, it's your life, so you might as well just do it. And if it means I have to get up to this road and hitch up ahead, then I'll hitch up ahead. Like, you know, there'll always be, if I really want to come back and do the miles, and come back next year when the trail's reopened again and it's safe, and do it then. Or, you know, get to the road, hitch up, and if it turns out that the fires, you know, have been contained, then I can always hitch back and get back on here. There's nothing stopping me from doing that. But at least then you get to a safe distance. Alright guys, so it's the next morning. We ended up camping at maybe 12:30, 1 a.m. Sort of at the next water source, which was a spring. We managed to put, you know, another 5 miles between us and where we were before, so you know, it felt safer there. Also, we had access to the Forest Service roads that would take us all the way out if we needed them. So, you know, it was a safer spot to stay, I think. But yeah, so sent a text to my mum, because I have no service, I can only use InReach, and she's looked into the fire and everything, and asked her what she thought about it all, because obviously I don't have access to the internet, which sucks. But after discussing it with her, let her know where I am and things like that, and where the trail goes and stuff, she doesn't seem to think it would be worth me continuing on. She said to stay where I am, or, you know, head out to a parking lot and get out of Dodge, basically. So yeah, I sort of decided, after, you know, knowing that, I had already pretty much decided I was going to leave before she told me that, just because I don't have enough information. And I'm sure it would probably be okay, because we'd be walking away from it, but all it is a change of the wind, and fire's quicker than people, so, you know. So yeah, I don't have enough information to safely, or, you know, to be sound enough in my decision to go on. So, and like there is still a lot of smoke. Southbound said this morning when he got up, I was still in my tent when he got up, that it was relatively clear, the skies, but I can still see a fuck ton of smoke. May have got worse since then, I don't know, which, you know, is a bad sign anyway. But yeah, so I've decided I'm going to take these forest roads out to 89 and head up to Shasta, because one, Southbound's going there anyway because he has a sore leg or foot or something and he needs to rest it. The others went on, but I've sent Southbound a text, hopefully he can get it, the message forwarded on to them about what my mom said, and they might, I don't know, either continue on or come out as well. But for me, I think at least if I get up to Shasta, I'll have access to internet, I can do a bit more in-depth research. By the time I'm there, there'll probably be more information about it anyway. And you know, if it seems safe enough, I can come back here, get back on where I left, and hike it back up. Or if, you know, it turns out to be a closure or too dangerous, I'll just go from Shasta, because it's only like 50 trail miles or something, 60 trail miles, something like that. So, you know, it's not a huge skip, and you know, I can deal with that. I can't deal with burning to death. So yeah, and you know, I can always come back at the end and do it if I need to, if it's safe at that point, which I'm sure by coming up to October it'll be sound to do it. And that might be nicer anyway, it might be cooler. It's been pretty damn hot the past couple of days. Yeah, so that's sort of where I'm at. I'm heading out to the road now. It's 5 miles down these Forest Service roads to get to Highway 89, I think it is, which is going to take you straight to Shasta. So I'll head down there, try my luck hitching. If that doesn't work, I'll send a text to some trail angels and see if they'll give me a ride. But yeah, for now I'm just going to head down here, get off the trail, head up to Shasta, wait it out, see what information we get, and make a decision there about what we're going to do next. Yeah, I think that's probably the best. That's probably the safest course of action for sure, which would make it the best course of action for me. So yeah, so I'm going to do that, and I'll do some more videos later to let you know what is going on. See you later. Alrighty folks, I'm back on trail and ready to go. So yeah, the fire ended up being alright. I still ended up getting to Shasta, but yeah, it was just the fact I didn't have the information, so you know, better safe than sorry. So I headed off to Shasta, yeah, and then from there headed to Dunsmuir, because Spygot's family live there. We stayed with them for 2 nights, so that was quite nice of them to have us over and host us and everything. And I ate plenty. I had a steak and some pizzas and yeah, plenty of stuff to keep me going, try and get some weight back onto me. But yeah, it was pretty cool, quite chill, just chilling around with Spygot's family and, you know, the group and stuff. So it was fun. But it's now time to get back to it. So we're all resupplied and back on trail. And yeah, so we're doing a huge uphill today to get, you know, further up the trail, I suppose. Next stop is going to be Etna, in a couple days. Should be getting new shoes there, so that'll be good. And then Syed Valley, and then Ashland. Yeah, so getting quite close to the end of California here. It's like 180 miles to the end of California. About time. Hopefully we can get away from California, away from the heat and all the fires. Obviously there still are fires in Oregon, but you know, you can't do anything about it. But it's cleared up quite well today. I mean, there's still obviously quite a bit of smoke. Ugh. Dropped my phone. Not so good. I almost went down the side of a cliff. Right. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. Still quite a bit of smoke about, obviously, but it's clear enough for us to see some views, which we haven't had in quite a while. So it's quite nice. We got to see the big peaks that are up ahead. What are they called? Oh, I forget. Something, I can't remember. But yeah, they were pretty cool. And then, yeah, so there's still going to be a lot of smoke up until midway through Oregon, I think. I think it starts to clear up after Ashland, which actually is relatively early in Oregon. But again, Oregon's not a huge state. It's only like 500 miles the whole way. So yeah, and then same with Washington. So I feel like it's gonna feel a lot quicker when we start getting there, because we'll be hitting like the 100-mile markers more frequently because it's flatter, and we'll have completed a state and working on completing the next state. There's just more milestones, I think, which hopefully will make it feel like it's going quickly, or you know, at least more rewarding. Yeah, and also when we get to Oregon, there's less than 1,000 miles left to the trail, which will be good. Yeah, as you can see, I'm sweating buckets because it's very hot. It's all uphill, and I'm talking to you lot. So for now, I'm going to stop the vlog here because I don't want to sweat too much. And I'll do some videos later when I have a chance to chill. Later.